LSU.com and get blue chip talent today. We're actually going to see John Odo, the 6'10 senior forward out of Nigeria, who's only playing his third game of the year. He's only played 3 minutes all season, and he's in the starting lineup as we get underway from the Virgin Islands, and LSU wins the tip. They'll operate from left to right. So Robinson not in the starting lineup today for LSU. They go right down to Odo, try to lay up right of the rim. Clemson challenges it and gets the rebound. Tigers go one and done on their first offensive possession. Really shouldn't call anybody the Tigers today. Here's Grantham from the top of the key. Blossom game between the circles. Triggers a long three. It's off the heel of the iron. No good. Hornsby has the rebound, and they're up and running 2-on-3 like they'd like to. He races into the left corner. Clemson scurried back defensively. Great transition defense and forces LSU to set up a half-court set. So it's Gray from the left point. He goes to Odo between the rings. And now on the right side, Martin with the basketball. He's double-teamed. Grantham and Noko have him out there. Bounce it right side to Odo. Cross-court pass to Hornsby, who chucks up a defended three. It's no good. And a fight for the loose ball. Blossom game smacked his head on the floor. It was an offensive rebound by LSU. They scored. Blossom game is in pain, and he's still sitting in the blue paint there.
Well, the good news is that he kind of picked himself up really quickly. I think he just banged his head really good. It'll be interesting to see if he's got to come out of this game. It looks like he's heading towards the bench area.
Towards the bench, and he is a little woozy right now. Clemson already down one rebounder in City Jete. Blossom game smacked the back of his head hard. He and the LSU player went up after the basketball. Both had really good control of it. Probably could have even been called a jump ball. As they came down, it was just one of those plays where somebody's body had to lose the battle of physics there. It was Blossom Games who smacked his back against the floor, and then his head went along with it. And so Clemson has the basketball, 2-0 lead. Josh Smith on the floor for the first time for the Tigers. Grantham drives left to the key, kicks it out. Harrison chucks a long three and rattles it home. And if Harrison can get going, that's a great sign for the Tigers. His 6th three-pointer this season gives Clemson a 3-2 lead.
He's the one guy for Clemson you feel like can really heat up behind the arc. Hopefully we'll see more of the one we saw against Gardner-Webb when he was 3 for 5.
Mickey with the ball right side, works against Smith, goes straight up against him and traveled with the basketball, and Josh Smith did a great job defensively, challenging the second-team All-SEC player.
Yeah, he sure did, and he's had some good minutes throughout this tournament, as we touched on in the interview portion of the broadcast. But 6 points against Gardner-Webb, and he was serviceable last time out. But you're going to see Josh Smith with his most extensive minutes in quite a long time.
Rod Hall has the basketball high on the left. He operates to the right point and tosses right side to Harrison, who drives the baseline. It's cut off, get it back out to Hall. Grantham now left side to Smith, to the top of the key, and Harrison, who drives in against Hornsby, backs out. Hornsby's there defensively, 10 on the shot clock. Clemson ahead 3-2. Smith will work it down to Noko. It was too telegraphed of a pass. Mickey was able to knock it away into the hands of Martin, and here come the Tigers of LSU. It's Gray at the top, right side over to Martin. Lob it down to the post for Ojo. Back to the basket, playing as many minutes as he's had all season right now here in the first 2 minutes of the game. Get it out top to Gray, who got fouled on the drive. That'll be the first foul of the game against the Clemson Tigers. 17:48 to go in the first half. Clemson 3, LSU 2, and Gray was able to draw the contact against
Rod Hall with the foul. Yeah. You can see the quickness advantage he's got over Hall.
Inbounds pass goes straight to the paint, shielded by an official. I saw LSU miss a shot, and it's Clemson with a rebound up the right sideline. Hall will chuck a three from the left side. It rims off. No good. Great job by Noko fighting for the loose ball, but it gets knocked out of bounds, and they're going to have a conference about it. I think they're going to keep it with Clemson.
Yeah, Clemson ball. Good job that time keeping the ball alive by Landry Noko. I like the shot by Rod Hall in transition.
Yep.
I know that
wide open.
It's a really quick shot, but he's a guy that has shown throughout his career he can make that type of shot, and you like to see him more aggressive early from the get-go.
Rod Hall, 10 assists, no turnovers in the season opener. In the next 3 games, 6 assists, 6 turnovers, but he's become more of a shooter and has helped Clemson in that way. He penetrates, kicks left side. Grantham for 3, yes. Grantham knocks down the second triple of the game for Clemson. 6-2 lead for the Tigers, and I'll tell you what, that's the kind of assist that Rod Hall can get all day long. Once Grantham heats up and once Harrison heats up, that's a great kind of assist for Rod Hall. Gray at the top, high on the right. Gets a high screen from Odo. Low to the ground, lobs left corner for Martin. Ball knocked out of bounds. It's going to stay with LSU, but Grantham had quick hands defensively to reset the Tiger possession.
Sure did. He's really engaged early on in this game. He's taking this challenge. You can tell against Mickey and Martin. Personally, he wants to show that he belongs at this level as well, and that he's quite the player that they are.
LSU home white tops and bottoms, purple lettering, gold trim. Clemson comes out in the all-orange. It's Gray, left of the key, picking up his dribble and getting into traffic. Kicks outside to Martin, who tries a three. It's off the mark. Landry Noko was able to box out Odo, got the rebound, but then turned it over. It's Gray with the basketball for LSU. Goes right corner to Hornsby, who dribbles up to the free throw line. Fadeaway jump shot. Rattles out, no good. Offensive board by Martin. That was blocked away by Grantham, knocked out of bounds. It's going to stay with LSU, but I'll tell you what, Dante Grantham is playing like a man defensively for the Tigers of Clemson, who lead 6-2.
Yeah, he's one of those guys that's shown you an ability to block some shots early on this season. We've seen it just about every game so far.
Gray from the right point tries a three for LSU. That's off the mark. Noko gets another rebound. Up the left sideline to Rod Hall, who brings it middle of the floor. Now jukes around Gray, drives left of the key, bounces outside to Harrison. Clemson with the basketball on a 6-2 lead. And he passes it to no man's land, an unforced turnover for Clemson, the third turnover of the game against the Tigers. And they've got a 6-2 lead, but you can't have those kind of giveaways.
And we've had it in a couple possessions now because if you notice, 2 rebounds ago, Landry Noko got it, quickly turned through the outlet pass to Hall, who wasn't ready for it yet, and that's one of those situations where you don't want to go too fast. You want to play up tempo, but move at a nice pace and don't
Gray
turn over the basketball.
High on the left, he kicks it right side to Hornsby, who wants to shoot, but he can't get open. Harrison blanketing him defensively, and a 3-second call against John Odo, who's really getting his first real minutes of the season right now, and he got the start today in favor of Albert Robertson, and that'll be the second turnover of the game against LSU. Timeout on the floor, 6-2 lead for Clemson, 15:55 to go in the first half. LSU 1.
What's screen? Flip out. I'm good. Oh, yeah. Help. Oh, I got you. Help. You want a little help?
Y'all want an autograph or something?
Nah, we got next.
Rated E for everyone.
6-2, Clemson ahead with the basketball and their solid orange jerseys. Harrison tries an 18-foot three from straight on. He missed it. Smith had the rebound, but it got poked out of his hands. LSU in transition the other way. They love to run with the basketball. Left side, it's Martin at the foul line extended. He drives into the paint, muscles up a shot, missed it right of the rim. LSU's 1 for 8, and Clemson gets the rebound. A track meet here. Grantham looks down low to Noko, and a foul coming against LSU. That's Mickey, and that is his first of the game. But if he got into foul trouble, no one from Clemson would be heartbroken.
No, good ball movement that time. Rod Hall, the cross-court pass, and then Grantham with a nice look in to Noko, who was posting up on side the left block.
Clemson 2 for 4 from the floor. 2 for 4 from 3, rather. They are 0 for 1 from 2, and it was a 19-footer at that. Grantham high on the right, gets it down into the paint for Noko. Turnaround shot. He was in the paint for 3 seconds. That is the 5th time this year he's been whistled for that.
I don't even think the ball was in play for 3 seconds yet. Goodness gracious.
That was a quick whistle.
That's obviously a point of emphasis here. I've seen 3 seconds more this season alone than I have in the last 10 seasons of college basketball.
Josh Gray, the point guard for LSU, a JUCO All-American last year, and he was a Big 12 All-Freshman player at Texas Tech. He lobs it down in the paint for Mickey with back to the basket, muscled up a shot, can't get it to go. Noko with another rebound. Landry Noko is 4th board of the game. Ahead to Rod Hall. Clemson ahead 6-2. We're more than 5 minutes in from the U.S. Virgin Islands. This is the 4th place game. Hall will try a three off a screen from Noko. That one just off to the right. He missed it a little strong. Mickey clears the board for LSU. Ahead to Gray. Gray races ahead. Finds Mickey top of the key. Defense will back off on him. They'll toss left side to Martin. Martin around the screen will find Gray right side, who tries a three. Clemson ice cold. LSU ice cold. They're 1 for 10, and another rebound for Landry Noko, his 5th of the game. Get it ahead to Rod Hall, who stays low to the ground as he weaves through traffic and works his way to the right point. Clemson up 6-2, 14-15 to go here in the first half. Drives inside, tries a shot, can't get it to go. Noko taps in the miss, and Noko gets his first 2 of the game to give Clemson an 8-2 advantage.
And how about 6 boards early on for Landry Noko? That's more than we've seen him have in a couple of games.
And Mickey lost the ball. It's going to roll out of bounds. And does it stay with LSU? Josh Smith didn't go after it. It trickled out of bounds very slowly. Smith thought it was off LSU, but it's going to stay with the Bayou Bengals here.
But nonetheless, great minutes that time from Josh Smith. Just really active on both ends of the floor, particularly on defense where he's got a load inside the guard.
And he checks out of the game. We've got a problem right here. Some substitution confusion.
Too many players on the floor for the Tigers. Good to see Blossom Game check back in after, so obviously not really affected by the head hitting the floor early on in the game.
on the floor for the first time as well for Clemson, leading 8-2 against LSU. Gray between the circles with the basketball. The Tigers have been sensational so far defensively. Gray almost had that ball knocked away by Blossom Game, who seems to be very alert. Right side, it goes to Hornsby, who steps inside the arc, picks up his dribble, and feeds Gray high on the left. 8 on the shot clock. They lob it down to Mickey. He has a contested baseline jumper that touched all 4 corners of the rim before falling through, and the drought ends for LSU. They'd missed their last 7 field goals. 8-4, Clemson ahead. Left side, it's Harrison with the basketball between the circles, looking inside against a man-to-man defense. LSU in the white tops and bottoms, Clemson in the road orange. Blossom Game lobs it down low. Noko did beautifully to turn around and score it right over Odo, and a timeout called by LSU head coach Johnny Jones in his 3rd season on the job. Doesn't like what he's seeing so far. Clemson starting to get some inside positioning now against LSU's defense. Introducing the Mile High Bacon Thick Burger, stacked high with thick cut bacon. New at Hardee's. Sounds delicious. LSU with the basketball. Clemson ahead by 6. It's 10-4 in favor of the good Tigers with 13 minutes left in the first half. Martin drives left side, spins into the paint, walked with the basketball. That's going to be the 3rd turnover of the game against LSU. And the Clemson defense has been alert and aggressive so far in the first 7 minutes of this game.
Yes, they have. And you see at LSU on offense, they're not overly complicated. They'll give the ball to their 2 best players, and they'll just let them dribble it and back it down on people. And that time, Mickey just guilty of too many steps.
Jordan Roper running point for Rod Hall, his first action of the game. Left side Roper with the basketball, only 6 feet tall, and might not see a ton of minutes today against a very big LSU team. Miscommunication between Noko and Ajukwa. Ajukwa cut to the rim. Noko threw it to the wing. It goes out of bounds. 4th turnover of the game. Scratch that 5th against Clemson, and back to LSU.
That's the one area you're concerned about the most so far for Clemson is the 5 turnovers.
Left side, 3 ball from Quarterman, who swishes it. Tim Quarterman, 6'6" sophomore from Savannah, Georgia, seeing his first action. And LSU cuts its deficit in half. It's now 10-7. Blossom Game at the top of the key, drives against Martin. Muscled a shot off the window and through. First 2 of the game for Blossom Game, and he took on the SEC all-defensive team player. Took him straight to the rim to give Clemson a 5-point lead. It's 12-7 right now in favor of Clemson. Hornsby from the top of the key. Goes left side to Gray. Gray working against Roper. He'll lob it to Martin between the circles. He'll get it down low to... So I couldn't see that. That was Mickey who tried to dunk, but he got fouled. He missed the dunk. He'll go to the free throw line for 2.
They're going to get Noko on the foul. Good positioning inside that time by Mickey, and a really nice high-low pass from the SEC Tigers as Mickey will trot to the free throw line. He didn't even make a free throw the other night when he scored 27 points in their second-round game.
Yeah, Jordan Mickey, 4 for 6 at the stripe this season. flicks the wrist and connects. Drop into Gold's Gym of Clemson or the 24-hour location in Anderson. Kickstart your fitness goals today with membership starting at only $19.99 a month. Now is the time to join. Find out more at goldsgym.com. More substitutions. Noko out after picking up his first foul, 2 against Clemson. That was his second? What? I've got one
just
against
one
Noko.
Yeah, it's just the team's second foul.
Okay, and the second free throw is good by Mickey. You got Josh Smith back out on the floor, 12-9 in favor of Clemson. We are now under 12 minutes to go in the first half. High on the left, Harrison with the basketball. Gets a screen from Smith, who rolls to the bucket, takes the bounce pass with his back to the basket, turn around, shot goes up from 8 feet, no good. Offensive board, Blossom game. Decks it once on a power dribble. Put it up over the front of the rim, but couldn't get it to go. It was a little strong. Rebound LSU. Quarterman racing into the front court. Lobs it down low to Martin, who missed the dunk. A foul called against Clemson. Free throws coming for LSU on the other side of this timeout. 11:37 to go in the first half from the U.S. Virgin Islands. And the score is Clemson 12, LSU 9. This is Solid Orange Clemson basketball from Learfield Sports.
So nice, so nice. Sweet, sweet St. Thomas, nice. So nice, so nice. St. Croix full of pure vibes. So nice, so nice. St. John a real paradise. So nice, so proud to be from the Virgin Islands and the whole place nice.
To experience your Virgin Islands nice, book one of our summer packages today.
Welcome to Belongo Bay Beach Resort, St. Thomas, the Caribbean's most entertaining beach resort. Experience the Caribbean's most entertaining beach resort, Belongo Bay Beach Resort, St. Thomas, U.S. Virgin Islands. No passport required.
When you choose Ford with available EcoBoost technology, you're choosing a no-compromise combination of power and fuel efficiency for great offers and savings. Go to yourcarolinaford.com or see your Carolina Ford dealer. Proud sponsors of Clemson basketball. Ford, go further. LSU at the free throw line right now with Jarrell Martin, Mr. Basketball in the state of Louisiana in 2013. He's 17 of 21 this season at the line. That's an 81% clip. He knocks down the first free throw. Clemson ahead 12-10 with 11:37 to go in the first half. LSU with all kinds of basketball tradition. As a matter of fact, Shaquille O'Neal inducted to the College Basketball Hall of Fame yesterday. Second free throw off the front of the rim, no good. Clemson with the rebound. He went in with Grant Hill from Duke and Maryland coach Gary Williams.
That's not a bad class.
Right side, Blossom game drives inside, lost his footing, kicks it out to Smith. Smith will get it to Blossom game in the right corner. Clemson ahead by 2. Grantham high on the right. Back over to Blossom game. The foul line extended. Found Smith, who missed the layup right of the rim. Did great job with his footwork to find wide open positioning, but then just missed the bunny. 12-10. Clemson ahead. LSU can tie or take the lead here. Mickey at the top of the key. Is LSU wearing the home white jerseys. Finds Quarterman on a backdoor cut. He caught it and lobbed it in right of the rim.
Quarterman can be an X factor for them. He's a guy that's really pretty versatile guy. You can see him play and guard many positions. Comes in averaging 7 points, 4 rebounds a game.
Already has 5 points. A pass to the baseline for Smith went through his hands because it was knocked out of bounds by Quarterman. It'll stay with Clemson. 12-12 game. With 10:48 to go in the first half. Clemson inbounded from low on the right. Orange tops and bottoms, white lettering, and the purple trim. It's Rod Hall to chuck it in with Blossom game, Grantham, Roper, and Smith on the floor. This is a small lineup against LSU. Tigers going pretty small right now as well. 3 ball from the right corner from Roper. Missed everything. Rebound Quarterman. Here comes LSU into the front court. Lobs it for Mickey. Wasn't paying attention. Intercepted by Grantham. And the Tigers want to bring it up in the other direction. Right side, it's Grantham with the basketball. And he gets a screen from Smith. Jump stop at the right elbow and knock down a tough running jump shot. Beautiful move by Grantham, who has 5 on the game. Clemson back to the lead by 2.
Well, just a really nice job of staying under control that time, a moderately paced break, and he just did a nice job of finishing that time.
LSU with the basketball. Patterson in the game for the first time from Alpharetta, although talked to John Blossom game before the game, and he said he doesn't know Patterson, who's from his hometown. Hornsby hit a tough contested 3. Actually stepped on the line. It was a long 2. Ties the game up at 14, but he doesn't need a big window in order to get the shot off.
No, they're not a great shooting team, but he's one guy that can absolutely shoot. He got hammered on that play.
Blossom game drives inside. He got mugged by Mickey going for a layup, and Blossom game has been beat up today. They're actually going to call the foul against Jarrell Martin. That would have been Mickey's second foul, but they give it to Martin. It'll be his first, and Blossom game goes to the free throw line where he's 10 of 18 on the season.
Yeah, you love the consistent look you like you're seeing out of Jerome Blossom game, putting the ball on the deck, trying to drive and get to the free throw line where hopefully some of these shots will start
that
falling.
That one just kind of bounced around for a while before deciding it didn't want to go down. Josh Smith checks out of the game for Landry Noko. 14-14 score. We're halfway through the first half. Clemson and LSU, both the Tigers, both have huge football venues that they like to call Death Valley. Second free throw rolled off as well. Blossom game now 10 of 20 on the season at the free throw line. 14-14 game. Right side, Patterson with the basketball against Roper. Brings it between the circles to Martin. Left side, it's Quarterman with the basketball. Off a screen from Martin. Got pestered by Blossom game. Almost lost the handle, but was able to recover. Gets it to Patterson high on the right. Right side, this is Hornsby. Gets a screen to his left. Backs off, goes right corner. Long 2 coming from Mickey. Nothing but the bottom of the net. Tough 19-foot jump shot by Mickey. The second team All-SEC player gives LSU the lead 16-14.
Yeah, and that's the kind of stuff pro scouts salivate over when they evaluate Jordan Mickey's game. The ability to step away from the basket and knock him down.
A lob down low for Noko. Got knocked away. LSU comes away with the basketball. In transition, right side, it's Hornsby. Spins to catch the pass. Drives inside. In the paint. Crafty shot goes up with the left hand. Can't get it to go. Mickey's offensive board got fumbled out of bounds. It'll go back to Clemson. 6 turnovers already in the game for the Clemson Tigers.
Yeah, it's a little bit tough. And most of them have been courtesy of Landry Noko, whose hands continue to let him down. He's got 4 of Clemson's 6 turnovers so far. Of course, a couple of them are miscommunication passes, but nonetheless, you'd like to see him do it. I know that when they get back to Clemson, they're going to really focus in on why so many turnovers are being committed right now by their post guys.
Roper, top of the key, high on the right to Blossom game. Blossom game drives right of the key, challenges Martin and kisses it off the window for 2 more. Blossom game's having a big game. He's got 4, but it's more the way he's playing. It's been a big difference. 16-16 between LSU and Clemson. And a traveling violation against Hornsby, who took a handoff on a screen, kind of lost the ball on his thigh there, and by the time he recovered, he had taken too many steps.
Yeah, and a nice job defensively by Rod Hall that time. I thought he really fought through the screen really well that time and bothered Hornsby, who was about to put it on the deck, and there you saw the fumbling.
LSU has made 5 of its last 6 field goals. Before that, they were ice cold, 1 of 11. Bounce to the right block for Noko, who gets double teamed. Work it out to Grantham at the right wing. He drives inside, puts up a floater from 10 and missed it. LSU with the rebound. Quarterman into the front court. Quarterman drives, lobs it down low to Odo, who's seeing a lot of minutes today. Odo misses a layup left of the rim, but a foul called against Clemson, and Odo will go to the free throw line. That foul goes against Blossom game, his first, team's 4th. 16-16 LSU and Clemson with 8:13 to go in the first half. First free throws of the season for John Odo, who again seeing very significant minutes compared to what he's done earlier this year. First free throw from the left hand goes up and through. 17-16 LSU lead. He had sat the bench for 2 of the first 4 games for LSU.
Doesn't give you any sort of indication why. It just says coach's decision. Only played a minute against Gardner-Webb, 2 against Weber State, but you know he's sticking his nose in there today, and right there he gives him a little bit of a bonus.
LSU beat Gardner-Webb, but not easily in their first game of the season, 93-82. Second free throw from Odo was too strong. Blossom game gets the rebound, and here comes Clemson with the basketball trailing by 1. LSU also beat Texas Tech in overtime, lost to ODU, Old Dominion, in the first round of this tournament, but then got to this 4th place game by beating Weber State. Harrison drives left of the lane, slips, and bounces it to Blossom game, whose layup just rolled out. Rebound for Odo of LSU. Quarterman lobs it ahead to Martin, who fumbled it out of bounds, and it's going back to Clemson. Timeout on the floor. 7:48 to go in the first half. LSU has its first lead of the game, 17-16 over the Clemson Tigers. This is Solid Orange Clemson basketball from Learfield Sports. In action, Clemson taking on its first of 4 SEC opponents, Arkansas, Auburn, and at South Carolina in the month of December. This LSU Tiger team, a pretty good one, though. Ajukwa drives inside, puts up a floater left of the rim, missed it, goes out of bounds. A foul called going for the rebound against Landry Noko, and that's his second. So we've seen Blossom Game get banged up. Sidi Jete certainly will not play due to his knee injury. And so with Noko having 2 fouls, Josh Smith and Blossom Game on the floor together. Those are your 2 rebounders out there.
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting stretch here for Clemson. It's really going to challenge a couple guys inside as Mickey and Martin. Martin's not in currently, but he will be soon, I'm sure.
Gray at the top of the key, works against Blossom Game, who's step for step with him defensively. Left side, Patterson chucks a 3. It's a little strong. Gray climbs the ladder to get the rebound and give LSU a fresh 35 on the shot clock. Crafty ball handling as he works against Harrison. And 3 seconds called against LSU. We've seen that call all weekend long. 7th turnover against LSU, 6 already against Clemson.
Yep.
But the LSU offense coming to life after going 1 for its first 11. They've made 5 of the last 7.
Yeah, they have, and they've done it by sharing the basketball. 4 assists on 6 made baskets, really doing a nice job. A lot of high-low entry passes to those bigs.
Harrison left side with the rock. Gets a high screen from Smith. Tosses right side to Ajukwa. Right corner now for Hall. 19 to shoot. Works around Gray. Stuck in the corner. Bounces it out to Smith. Handoff goes back to Rod Hall with 12 to shoot. Top of the key, it's Blossom Game. Drives left of the lane. Picks up his dribble. Puts up a floater. No good. Ajukwa flies toward the board but missed it. Blossom Game gets the rebound. So a fresh 35 on the shot clock for Clemson, trailing LSU by 1, 17-16, with about 6.5 minutes to go in the first half. Harrison high on the left with the basketball. Penetrates, puts up a floater. That one falls through. Harrison now has 5 on the game, and Clemson regains the lead by 1. LSU so quick into the front court. Mickey at the top. Looks, and on a back door, gets it to Gray, who put up a shot. It was contested, no good. Mickey offensive board. Rolls around and falls through, and Jordan Mickey is starting to heat up a little bit. He's got 10, 19-18. LSU with the advantage by 1 again. Ajukwa on the left side, between the rings to Harrison. High on the right, it's Hall with the basketball. Drives the right baseline and lays it up off the window for 2. Hall's first 2 of the game, he's 1 for 4.
What was that about a torrid pace you were mentioning during the break?
20-19. Clemson has the event. Yeah, well, it's teeter-totter, though, as these 2 teams trade 1-point leads.
Yeah.
Gray will drive the right baseline under the basket, works it into the corner. High on the left, Quarterman tries a 3, rims off, no good. Odo knocks the ball out of bounds. It's going to go back to Clemson, but a lot of aggressive play under the basket as both these teams jostle for position and a lot of size on both teams. Phil, we wondered who would want this game more. Right now it seems both teams do.
I think both teams have that feeling of, boy, you really don't want to leave this island. 1 and 2 is just such a dramatic difference. I've been in regular season tournaments where you leave 2 and 1, you feel great about your team coming off of it, and you leave conversely at 1 and 2 and you don't feel so hot. So
not a lot of free throws in this game yet either. Clemson 0 for 2 at the line. Bounce pass down to the right block for Hall. Kick it out to Blossom Game, who drives right of the key. Floater won't go. Smith tried to tap it back up and in. He lost it out of bounds, but it was last touched by LSU. 5:13 on the first half clock, 20-19. Clemson leads and has the basketball. And it'll be Ojukwu, Blossom Game, Hall, Harrison, and Smith on this offensive set. Inbounding from the right baseline. Hall looking and gets it to Harrison, who wanted a 3, but Quarterman closed on him quickly. And a palming violation against Harrison. That'll be the 7th turnover against Clemson.
Well, that's a tough one, too. I mean, you've seen just about every kind of call you can see in this game. But nonetheless, you know, if you're DeMarcus Harrison, there was no reason to palm the ball in that situation. You were isolated up on the right. Just reverse the basketball, look opposite, get the offense flowing a little bit instead of just dribbling it around.
Hornsby drives inside, falls down, but had gotten rid of the pass and got it to Mickey at the top of the key. Left side to Gray. Splits defenders. Beautiful move. Bounce pass to Mickey, who dunks it left of the rim after driving the left baseline. A crafty move by LSU to reclaim a 1-point lead. 21-20, LSU ahead of Clemson, and now pickpocketed from behind. Gray goes straight to the rim, lays it up and in for 2. Hall just got caught by a bandit in the night. That was Gray with an unbelievable steal and score, and LSU's 3-point lead is their largest of the game. Bounce pass right side to Harrison, who gets inside the arc, gets it out to Blossom Game. High on the left, Hall with the basketball. Hall gets a high screen from Smith, stays low to the ground, swings it between the circles. Blossom Game chucks up a 3, and not a shot in rhythm.
Not in rhythm, not at all.
Missed it, and a rebound to LSU.
Clemson's looked out of rhythm for a while now offensively.
Bounce pass to the post, did not make its way to Mickey because Blossom Game held him. That will be, I think, maybe the second foul on Blossom Game.
I think it's going to be, and this is what Coach Brownell and staff were certainly leery of coming into this thing. You might see Dante Grantham now move to the 4, and he's certainly undersized for the 4 spot. So this is going to really challenge Clemson's depth here early in the season, and through the last 4 minutes of this game are going to be critical for Clemson.
6th team foul against Clemson. Inbounds pass goes left corner to Martin. Tries a fadeaway shot, challenged by Smith, but he made it anyway, and LSU's lead is its largest at 5, 25-20. And LSU Bengal Tigers are on a bit of a run right now.
Yeah, they are, and they've done it. You've seen their big step away from the basket, knock down those jump shots. They're so revered for hitting, and you see the skill that they play with.
Hall might have got away with a travel. Bounces inside to Grantham. Kick it out to Ojukwu right side for 3. Yes! Big 3 from Austin Ojukwu. His first points of the game. The 3rd three-pointer tonight for Clemson, and that cuts a deficit to 2. Here's Mickey at the top. Man, he might have got away with a walk there, too. Handoff goes to Gray. Gray drives inside, and a teardrop floater's beautiful from the middle of the paint.
Yeah, just a nice job that time of using the ball screen by Gray, and Clemson got crossed up defensively. You see his quickness out on the floor. He does look like a guy that could score 30 a game in JUCO.
Gray has 4. LSU leads by 4. Tough shot from Harrison early in the shot clock. He missed it. Quarterman with the rebound as he gets it ahead to Mickey. Now here's Gray. Gray dribbling between his legs, goes right side to Hornsby, who chucks up a 3. He missed it. Long rebound comes to Quarterman, who tosses right side to Hornsby, who tries another 3. Not gun shy, but that one rattled out as well. Mickey offensive rebound, spins and puts it up off the window. A goaltending violation against Harrison, and a timeout on the floor. 2:55 to go in the first half. LSU's lead is its largest. A 6-point game, 29-23. This is Solid Orange Clemson basketball from Learfield Sports. Thank you. 2 fouls in City Jeté and a little bit of an injury bug situation.
Yeah, one of the things you're seeing is they're just throwing it right over top of Clemson's shorter post guys right now that are guarding a guy like Mickey and a guy like Martin, and it's been tough for Clemson inside with those guys in foul trouble.
Hall will get it to Harrison, who fumbles the pass, but he's able to regather it against Quarterman. 22 on the shot clock. So Hall high on the left with the basketball. Clemson needs a bucket here. They're down by 6. Hall looks for Smith inside. That lane was closed off, so they work it around the perimeter. High on the right is Harrison, 10 to shoot. They get it to Grantham right of the key. Tries a tough jump shot from 15 feet and knocks it down. Dante Grantham has 7 on the night. It's a 4-point lead for LSU.
All 3 of his shots been really nice in rhythm jump shots.
Top of the key, it's Mickey. Left side to Gray. At the foul line extended, dribbles towards the top. Looks down low to Mickey, who dunks it left of the rim two-handedly again. That's the second time on that little screen and roll. He got lost behind the defense and was wide open for a dunk. He's got 14 here in the first half. Make it 16. It's 31-25. Hall drives inside, puts up a shot, got it in one. And the senior attacks the glass. He'll get to the free throw line.
Yeah, I was going to say, huge play by a senior. It's really nice to see that from a Rod Hall. You hope that he and DeMarcus Harrison now with your big guys, Noko and Blossomgame out of the game, really need to pick it up a little bit offensively and give them some of the points that they've been missing here in the last, 6 to 7 minutes of this ball game.
Tiger fans, for all your grocery needs, visit your local Bilo's store today. Bilo, the exclusive grocer of Clemson Athletics. Free throw up and good from Rod Hall, and it's now 31-28, and a timeout for Brad Brownell and the Clemson Tigers. Welcome to a different place, the Hyatt Place Greenville, combined with style, southern hospitality, and modern comfort. They're just then. And it's funny that this is the 6th meeting all time in 6 different venues here at the Virgin Islands. It's just very strange that it's worked out that way, but a ton of history between these two teams. LSU leads 31-28 as Clemson's showing some full court defense right now.
Yeah, they're going to try to do a lot of things to change it up here and get Mickey out of his comfort zone, because you're looking at a guy that's shooting lights out, 7 for 8 in this ballgame. They're trying to avoid it. Now they go into a zone.
And Ryan Bridgewater on the floor for the first time for LSU tonight. Hornsby will get it to the high post for Mickey, who lost the pass. He was able to tap it inbounds to a teammate. Here's Gray, top of the key, penetrates, missed the layup, got his own rebound, stuck under the basket with a fresh 35 on the shot clock. Rod Hall scurries after the basketball, but couldn't quite pick it up. Ahead to Hornsby. Here's Bridgewater right of the key, kicks left corner to Gray, puts up a floater from the left elbow. No good. It goes out of bounds. Back to Clemson, and that was fantastic on-ball defense for about 45 seconds out of the Clemson Tigers.
Yeah, it sure was, and it was a lot of scrambling too, because you saw Rod Hall hit the deck on the baseline over there. Guys had to rotate over, but give him credit for hustling over. Nice adjustment out of the timeout for Coach Brownell and staff. Let's see if Clemson can do something offensively to end the half on a high note.
1:10 to play in the first half. 31-28, LSU ahead. Ajukwa off a high screen, backs off, passes it high and left to Harrison. Left side, this is Grantham, penetrates, bounces out to Smith. High on the left, Harrison with the basketball. Goes in the paint, puts up a floater that was contested, but he got it to go. He split a couple of LSU Tigers and lays it up and in. 5-0 run for Clemson. It cuts it to 1. LSU 31, Clemson 30, and there's about a 16-second differential between the shot and the game clock as Clemson goes back to the zone defense. Gray high on the right, lobs it to Quarterman high on the left. 18 to shoot. Gray has the basketball against Harrison. To find Quarterman, left side, Hornsby with the basketball. Goes to Quarterman high on the right, trying to get it down low to Mickey. They do. His shot is contested by Smith, and he missed it. Rebound Harrison. Here come the Clemson Tigers with 20 to play. They can hold for the last shot, trailing by 1. 31-30, LSU ahead with 14, 13, and 12 to play. Rod Hall at the center court, logo of the U.S. Virgin Islands Paradise Jam. We'll get it to Smith, who hands off to Harrison between the rings with 4. 3, and he double dribbled. He got held up there defensively by, I think it was Quarterman, and on the spin move, caught the ball against his hip. That's a double dribble. 9th turnover the first half for Clemson. 8 turnovers against LSU, and a timeout called by the LSU Tigers and head coach Johnny Jones. A lot of turnovers in this game because of the kind of pace that we've played so far today. Do you love Fats Cafe?
From three, shoots about 42% coming in, averaged 15 points a game at UNC Asheville before transferring to LSU. But if you're Clemson, just be solid here.
Bridgewater throws it away. Clemson will have an opportunity. He throws it away all the way into the LSU front court.
Wow.
So Clemson has to go 94 feet. And are they going to try to discuss? No, they don't have to go 94 feet. They will inbound from where Bridgewater was stationed, right in front of Coach Johnny Jones for LSU. So Clemson has the ball in the front court as they inbound it, and Landry Noko checks in for Dante Grantham or Austin Ojukwu. I don't think anybody knows who's supposed to check out.
A lot of confusion there, but if you're Coach Brownell, you're obviously trying to get Noko in for a tip shot if it's a miss.
So Grantham will inbound the ball. Harrison Smith, Noko, and Hall out there. Clemson down by 1 with 2.7 to go in the first half. Grantham looks and finds Noko, who saves it inbounds to Hall. Tries a deep three. It's a little strong off the heel of the iron from about 33 feet. And the first half comes to a close.
Coach Jonas here with Coach Williams. We're getting ready to do our annual Paradise Jam basketball clinic over in St. Croix, and we're hopping on the seaplane. The first thing we're going to do is a little footwork, and we have a way to do that in a massive way so everybody can kind of do it at the same time. We'd like to make sure everybody's paying attention while we're talking to you. So you look at my eyes when I'm talking to you. I'm a former head college coach. I'm a FIBA basketball expert for Olympic Solidarity. I've given clinics all over the world. So this is one of my favorite places. We love coming to the U.S. Virgin Islands, and the Paradise time of year is one of our favorite times of year. Elbow keeps the ball straight, so it's just that elbow straight under and just going straight up. His other hand is just the guy's hand. Okay, balance, eyes on the target, elbow keeps the ball straight, and then follow through. Okay, so you exaggerate that follow through.
I'm glad and I respect what the Paradise Jam is doing. It means a lot because it reiterates to the kids what the same training or some of the trainings that they receive in here is being also shared, and the training is also nationwide. We enjoy that they're coming. We are really thankful that they came, and the Paradise Jam sent the trainers, and the kids them are having a good time and they participating well.
If it is to be, it's up to me. All right, bring it in here.
Welcome to Belongo Bay Beach Resort, St. Thomas, the Caribbean's most entertaining beach resort. Experience the Caribbean's most entertaining beach resort. Belongo Bay Beach Resort, St. Thomas, U.S. Virgin Islands. No passport required.
Spectacular views of the Caribbean are just the beginning at Frenchman's Reef and Morningstar Marriott Beach Resort. Discover a place where turquoise waters meet clear blue skies, where fine dining and poolside bars delightfully coexist, where fun and relaxation are an art form. A Marriott dream vacation awaits you here on the island of St. Thomas in the U.S. Virgin Islands. It's all here at Frenchman's Reef and Morningstar Marriott Beach Resort.
Is closer than you think.
At UVI, the beach is closer than you think.
At UVI, the professors are closer than you think.
At UVI, your success is closer than you think.
The University of the Virgin Islands is closer than you think. Call us today or visit our website.
When you come to St. Thomas for the Paradise Jam, there's some incredible nightlife. But there is one experience at night that's lights out compared to the rest.
So this, I would say, is probably the most unique adventure to do at nighttime. We've actually retrofitted kayaks with LED lights, and these kayaks have polycarbonate or see-through bottoms. So it's kind of like a window into the sea that allows you to go looking for tarpon fish, turtles, stingrays, you name it. So it is a very unique adventure to search for nocturnal life.
Alright, you guys see anything yet?
It's going to be a guided excursion. These kayak guides are going to take you out to what we call Pirates Point, and they're going to be providing narration and kind of an informative speech about the marine life below you, as well as sustainability here on the island. So it's a guided excursion. They're going to be teaching you about history here on the island, pirates, and all of the marine life that you're going to see out at night, the nocturnal life. We actually operate 7 nights a week. We'll do a 6:30 p.m. trip and an 8:30 p.m. trip. The price is going to be $45 per person or $90 per couple, so it's a very economical excursion here in St. Thomas.
And cry full of pure vibes. So nice, so nice. St. John a real paradise. So nice, so proud to be from the Virgin Islands and the whole place nice.
To experience your Virgin Islands nice, book one of our summer packages today.
What's the ring? Slip out. I'm good. I'm good. Oh yeah. Help. Oh, I got you. Help. Oh, get this. Straight. You want a little help? Oh.
Y'all want an autograph or something?
Nah,
we got next.
Rated E for everyone.
We're here at the UVI Marine Science Center. Tell me a bit about your function here with the Marine Biology Center and some of the students that you take out on the boat and their observations in the ocean as part of the classroom experience.
Well, here at UVI, we're extremely lucky and have a unique situation that we have beautiful ocean and coral reefs all around us. So we offer diving classes to undergraduates where they can actually learn how to scuba dive and get certified. With this group here, I've been teaching them all semester. They finish their certification, and now what we're doing is learning identification of marine animals. We learn fish for a week, we learn invertebrates for a week, and then coral reefs, mainly just identify them right now.
What have some of the students who've come through this exchange program said about the experience of having the Caribbean Ocean as a classroom?
Well, I don't know. If it was me and I was coming down here, I'd want to be in the water. We have some incredible water, incredible classroom underwater. To learn, to see it on the video or to see slides is one thing, but to actually get in there with the water and see a live shark or the live coral or all the millions of live fish that we see every semester is an invaluable experience, and I think it's great. Well, it's a full semester class that we have here. So you start out in the classroom, learning the theory of diving, and then we get out in the shallow water, and we have about 4 lessons in the shallow water learning drills. In the States, they would do that in the swimming pool, but here we do it at the beach where it's really calm, and then it's a much easier transition when we're getting to the open water dives, like these guys just did.
Well, the reason why I joined the marine biology program is because one day I looked around and I said, wow, this is really paradise. So I said to myself, what better way to impact my community is there than trying to preserve this paradise? So that's one of the reasons why I decided to switch from biology to marine biology.
Most marine science facilities aren't directly on the reef. So essentially we're about 100 yards from the reef, so we can do marine research that other people wouldn't have the opportunity to just because of our access. We can access them daily, weekly, monthly, whereas other marine research institutions, they have to plan to go to their reef sites or their coral reef sites, and they only get a couple of weeks at a time there.
Give us a sense of the lionfish population in the area, how you've been researching it, and what are the threats to the local marine life?
Well, we're actually tackling the lionfish problem from several different angles. So we have ecologists looking at its impact on the natural fish communities. So the lionfish eat a lot of the native predatory fish when they're babies, when they're juveniles. So we're looking at their effect on the juvenile population. And then we have some students who look at the bacterial communities associated with lionfish. And we're also looking at the fact that lionfish could have what's called ciguatera fish poisoning. So whether or not lionfish are actually safe to eat here in the Caribbean, if it's good for us to promote them as an edible fish here. We have students coming from the States, we have students coming from who grew up here locally, we have students from all over the Caribbean. So you have a huge array of perspectives from the different students. They love it because of the access to the ocean and because it's such a beautiful place, as well as you have state-of-the-art research facilities here, and you have a great academic environment, so you get sort of the best of all worlds.
Hi everybody, I'm Whitney. Welcome to Off the Grid. We're the first gourmet food truck here in beautiful St. Thomas, and I'm going to show you around. So we arrive here early in the morning, and the first thing we do is we get the things out of the smoker that we put in the night before. We did 5 briskets last night on a slow smoke. We got this old hickory smoker just a few months ago. We got this bad boy up in the States and we shipped it down, and we just started using it for just over a month now. We can smoke 80 pork butts in here at a time, so it is quite a monster of an operation. And no smoking's complete without putting a little wood. We went ahead and got pecan wood this year from the States. We shipped a whole bunch of it down, and we're going to toss it right in the back of the smoker here so we can make sure all that meat we put in gets nice and smoky. I'm going to show you guys our prep trailer. This is a 35-foot trailer that we had built, custom built, just for the job that we do here at Off the Grid. Right here where Mark's coming down from, this is the prep side. This is where we actually keep things cold. We've got a giant walk-in in the back, and we prep all the food on this side. This is our sanitary side. We keep everything clean with our 3-bay sinks. We store and make our own rub, our tummy rub as we like to call it, and then we store all of our juices, sodas, beers, so we can have a full stocked and operating bar at the food truck as well. All right, time to get this 150-pound pig out of here. Got Sam and Mark going to help me. We're going to keep this thing from hopefully falling over on us. We're going to pull this whole rack out with the pig on it. We're going to move it over to our smaller smoker. Looking good. Okay, now we want to kind of flip it a little bit, so it's going to be laying a little bit more flat. So this pig was in for 12 hours after having a 24-hour brine. Good. Now we'll dress it up with a little bit of palm fronds and everything, but for now we're just going to keep it warm, so we're going to get some charcoal going in the back. And he's going to hang out there till we're ready to roll up and get started to serve from him. Mark's going to get some pulled pork into the smoker now. You can see a bunch of trays there. What we do is we do smoke those pork butts for 12 hours. After we smoke them, we pull them, and when we're ready to actually serve it, it goes in the smoker for a reheat. It keeps it nice and slow heat on that so it doesn't burn. After a couple hours, we've gotten a nice amount of smoke on all our meats in there. We've got our 2 different kinds of sausage, our ribs, chicken wings, chicken thighs, pulled pork. They're all ready to come out of the smoker so they can get loaded up, and we can move on to the next stop. Okay, well, we're all packed up, loaded. Everything looks good, smells good. Let's go to the truck.
Welcome to Off the Grid.
Thank you.
What can I get for you?
Pulled pork salmon. Would you like some of the painkiller barbecue sauce on there? Nice and tangy, it's not spicy. Thanks for checking us out. If you're ever down in Paradise, I hope you come on by and give a taste of our barbecue off the grid.
play, and he did, a nice job by him to do that. LSU will have to reset from the corner.
Inbound it to Odo, back out to Gray, high on the right. LSU 35, Clemson 33. The Tigers turning the ball over a handful of times here at the beginning of the second half. 3 early turnovers in the second half to allow LSU to build upon its lead. On the left, Quarterman with the basketball, looking inside, get it out top. Hornsby acrobatic 3, rolls off, no good. An awkward-looking shot.
Play.
Beautiful job by Grantham to tap it ahead to Harrison, and Harrison will dunk it right to the rim in transition. Grantham tapped that ball to save it in bounds, but he tapped it about 60 feet to Harrison, who was cherry-picking, and dunked it to tie it up at 35. That was a very, very awkward-looking play, but Grantham just does some amazing things on the basketball court. Very athletic and very aware at all times.
You can't overstate how alert that play was by him to hustle to the basketball and have the wherewithal to just tip it all the way down the floor.
Right side driving. Hornsby fouled under the basket. He's going to go to the free throw line for a couple. Hornsby is not making his attempts from the outside. He's 0 for 4 from downtown today, so he gets a little aggressive there and tries to attack the rim. Stay connected and up to the minute on Clemson Sports by following Clemson Athletics on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Use hashtag SaltOrange to join the conversation today. Be sure to follow the Clemson Athletics on Twitter and Instagram at Clemson Tigers. And on Facebook, it's facebook.com/Clemson Tigers. First free throw good for Hornsby, who was second in the country 2 years ago at UNC Asheville.
Yes, that's right.
In free throws, 99 for 107, 93%.
Yeah, that's not bad.
And he makes his 2 free throws there to make it 37-35. Right side, it's Hall with the basketball to the top. Grantham tries a 3, rims off, no good. Clemson 0 for 2 here in the second half from the outside. LSU scurries into the front court again. Quarterman skips to the top of the key. Passes left side to Gray, gets a high screen. Passes into the right corner for Quarterman, gives it back to Gray on the wing. Tries to establish Mickey down low. Blossom Game has him defensively, and he's doing a great job. Now Mickey takes it at the top of the key. Drives and slips and falls against Blossom Game, and that's a turnover. 11th turnover of the game against LSU and a timeout on the floor. Blossom Game doing a fantastic job defensively, and Clemson's hanging around with LSU. 37-35. LSU leads 15:43 to go in the second half. This is Solid Orange Clemson basketball from Learfield Sports. Fantastic play defensively, and as the ball was fluttering out of bounds, he alertly grabbed it with one hand and chucked it into the front court for Harrison for a dunk. Snoko with the ball in the right corner to the top of the key in Blossom Game. Left side, it's Hall. Off a screen from Blossom. Finds Grantham, who got fouled, but no call. He tried to dunk it. Odo blocked it. Clemson recovers. Left side, Blossom game for three. It's short. Weak side, tap back up and in by Noko. Landry Noko has 6 on the offensive rebound, his 9th board of the game, and Clemson ties it at 37.
Boy, when he camps out in the post, he is so hard to keep off of that rim, and he has such great timing with second chance opportunities, and we saw at that time as he's up to 6 points, 9 rebounds now for the Tigers.
Quarterman has it high on the left against what appears to be maybe a zone from Clemson or a matchup zone, maybe a man-to-man. It's an odd-looking defense where people are just kind of taking territory right now. Quarterman on the right side got his man in the air, and a nice underhand scoop pass to Odo, who lays it up low on the left.
Yeah, not a very good fundamental defensive possession that time. You saw 2 Tigers go flailing at the three-point shooter that time. He fakes it, puts the ball on the floor, and then you see another guy try to block a layup, and as a result, easy points for LSU.
Blossom game looks down low to Noko. Back to the basket, turn around, no good, but the tip by Blossom game won't go. That was halfway down. Grantham gets the rebound at the top of the key, finds Harrison, steps in for a long 2, and buries the jump shot. Harrison has 11. He's the first Tiger in double figures, and it ties the game back up at 39. Here's Gray skipping into the front court, spins around Hall, puts up a layup left of the rim, can't get it to go. Fight for the loose ball on the left baseline. Last touch by LSU. It goes back to Clemson. Wow. It's been a scrappy game. Both teams playing ferocious defense. LSU pushing the tempo even a little bit more than Clemson likes to.
Yeah.
It's 39-39 right now with 14 minutes left here in the Virgin Islands.
Really like what I'm seeing defensively against Josh Gray. He is a guy that fearlessly attacks the rim, but he's just 2 for 9. He has not found the going easy inside at all. He has been contested just about every time
whips
in there.
It to a wide-open Blossom game for 3. He even took a power dribble on the three-pointer to try to get himself into rhythm. He couldn't get the shot to go down, but he taps the rebound back out into the backcourt for Clemson. And so a fresh 35 on the shot clock for the Tigers in a 39-39 game. Clemson with the basketball.
His struggles beyond the arc are just mind-boggling to me. Here's a guy that puts up more jumpers in practice than anybody, and he just can't get one to fall.
A foul coming against Mickey. That'll be the second foul of the game on Mickey. Would love to see him pick up a few more. He's 7 for 9 with 16 points for LSU today in this 39-39 game. And Clemson will be getting some free throws out of this. No, they won't. Everybody was setting up on the sides of the lane.
That was weird. It didn't look like it was a free throw attempt.
I didn't think so either, but everybody set up that way.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, we have some substitutions as Harrison will check the ball in from low on the left. He'll lob it out to Noko at the left point. They find Hall between the circles. Blossom game and Ajukwa on the floor as well. Hall drives right at the key, in trouble, gets it out to Ajukwa. At the right point, he skips between the rings. 24 on the shot clock, 39-39 your score. Left side at the foul line extended. Blossom game will hand off to Harrison. And did he step on the sideline?
No, foul on LSU. I think they're going to call it on Quarterman. No, it's not Quarterman.
And they'll give it to Odo. John Odo, his first foul of the game.
Completely off the ball.
That'll be the 4th foul against LSU this half. Only 1 against the Clemson Tigers. Rod Hall inbound at left baseline. Looks, and gets it left corner for Harrison, who drives the left baseline, puts up a jump shot from 13, and he buries the jump shot. Harrison starting to get in the groove offensively. He's got 13, and Clemson has its first lead since back in the first half, 41-39. LSU to answer. Quarterman puts up a runner, and a foul on the floor.
That's a pretty good call. Austin Ajukwa put a little bit of too much shoulder into him that time. Despite Quarterman fading away, I thought he had the advantage in the lane, but Ajukwa kind of shoved him and nudged him even further out. So
they're giving him free throws on that. That's the old NBA continuation because that was a little hip check on the floor when Quarterman took his first of 2 steps before the runner went up, but he'll go to the free throw line nonetheless, where he's 8 for 10 on the season. Quarterman's first free throw, a flick of the right wrist, and nothing but the bottom of the net. 41-40, Clemson ahead with 12:54 to go here in the Virgin Islands. Noko checks out of the game. Josh Smith back onto the floor. He will box out Odo low on the right after this free throw from Quarterman. Second free throw coming from the LSU Tigers, who are 7 of 9 today at the line. Make it 8 of 10. Clemson just 2 for 5 at the free throw line. We're tied up at 41. Tied yet again. We've had several ties in this ball game. Blossom game at the top. Hands off to Ajukwa, who drives to the right elbow. Kicks out the Blossom game. Now drives left of the key. Puts up a shot against traffic, and that might have gone against Mickey. If it did, it's his 3rd.
No, it's on Odo.
It's going to be his 2nd. You'd much rather get Mickey into foul trouble, but Odo's second foul will put Blossom Game back to the free throw line, where on the game he's 1 for 4.
He's really struggling all around, just 3 for 13 overall, 0 for 4 from 3.
You know how you work your way out of that, though, is with those effort plays.
Okay. He's definitely doing that.
7 rebounds today for Blossom Game. He misses that free throw there. He's 1 for 5.
You can see his confidence just isn't there from the free throw line. And for whatever reason, he's never been a good free throw shooter for Clemson. He's a guy that, like I said, reps it out more than anyone probably in the offseason, but it's just not been falling in for him in games. And
3 for 13 from the floor, 0 for 4 from downtown. He knocks down that free throw. He's now 2 for 6 and slaps his hands together out of frustration. But he did give Clemson the lead back, 42-41 with 12:41 to go here in the second half. LSU Tigers 3-1 on the season out of the SEC. They tied for 6th in the league last year and went to the second round of the NIT with an RPI of 68. Went 20-14 last season, but they've got a lot of great players back from that team, and they expect to make the NCAA tournament this year. Gray high on the right with the basketball, 17 to shoot. Clemson's defense taking up territory. Looks like a matchup zone. It's Gray lobbing it weak side to Quarterman, who caught it and laid it up off the window.
Boy, really nice alert play that time by Gray, just seeing the whole floor, and a pretty pass right at the rim to Quarterman, who puts it in.
His 5th assist of the game. Quarterman has 11 points, 43-42. LSU has the lead back. Harrison has 13. He's starting to feel it. Gets it out top to Blossom Game, who penetrates, puts up a floater. It's short. Mickey tried to get the rebound, tapped it out of bounds, and stays with Clemson. And a timeout on the floor. 11:53 to go in the second half of a nail-biter here in the Virgin Islands. Nip and tuck between the two Tigers. LSU 43, Clemson 42. This is Solid Orange Clemson basketball from Learfield Sports. LSU leads Clemson with 11:53 to go in the second half. And the Tigers inbound the basketball from the right side. They've got the ball down by 1 with Ojukwu, Blossom Game, Harrison, and Smith on the floor with Hall, who lobs it into Blossom Game right in front of us, high on the right. On the right end of the floor here at the University of the Virgin Islands. Hall gets a high screen from Smith. Tosses to Ojukwu high on the left. Works against Gray, the point guard, and Ojukwu takes care of the basketball. Gets it to Harrison, who tries a 3 over defender. Missed it short. Rebound to Gray. And Gray races into the front court, 1-on-4. Tosses left corner. Ojukwu intercepts it and saves it inbounds to Blossom Game, who gets around a defender. 1-on-2 Blossom Game. Stuck on the right side. Kicks it left corner. 3 ball from Hall is pure. And Clemson takes the lead back by 2, 45-43. Hall connects on the triple. He's got 8.
Yeah, pretty play that time all the way around for the Tigers. A great save a great steal that time by Ojukwu, saved by Blossom Game, and then the heads-up play to find Hall out on the perimeter.
They work it down to Mickey, who gets double-teamed on the right block. Tries to shoot it over both Clemson Tigers and missed it. Josh Smith ferociously grabs the rebound for Clemson, and He made sure no one else from LSU was going to take that bad boy away. 45-43, Clemson ahead by 2. Hall at the center court logo. Gets to Harrison, back to Hall, high on the left. Finds Harrison. Harrison off a high screen, and Josh Smith was moving. That's a good call.
He probably did it the first time, to be honest with you, and I think the official was looking for it. And the second time, he never set his feet on either of the screens. He was just kind of moving right along, and a good call by the official that time.
First foul of the game on Josh Smith, third against Clemson here in this half. 10:39 to go. 45-43, Clemson ahead of LSU. Horns will be back onto the floor now for the LSU Tigers, who have Mickey Quarterman and Patterson and Odo on the floor as well. Patterson has the ball right side. Jalen Patterson from Alpharetta, Georgia. Left side to Quarterman, who looks down low, finds Odo right to the rim, who dunks it emphatically with 2 hands, and it ties the game at 45.
Smith got lost inside, and a good job that time of finding Odo underneath LSU. But
Blossom Game works it down to Smith, back to the basket, spins around to Odo, but runs into trouble. He'll feed it out to Harrison, who puts up a floater in the lane. No good, and the ball got volleyballed around before Odo claims it. Up the right sideline, Quarterson brings it middle of the floor, straight to the rim. Muscled up a shot, can't get it to go. Offensive board by Odo. Johnny on the spot was left alone right in the middle of the lane for an easy putback, and LSU is back to the lead by 2, 47-45, after scores on back-to-back possessions by a guy who hasn't scored all year. And a timeout called by head coach Brad Brownell, and we'll take it as well. 9:47 to go in the second half. LSU 47, Clemson 45. This is Solid Orange Clemson basketball from Lear.
So nice, so nice. Sweet, sweet St. Thomas, nice. So nice, so nice. Send cry full of pure vibes. So nice, so nice. St. John a real paradise. So nice, so proud to be from the Virgin Islands and the whole place nice.
To experience your Virgin Islands nice, book one of our summer packages today.
Welcome to Belongo Bay Beach Resort, St. Thomas, the Caribbean's most entertaining beach resort. Experience the Caribbean's most entertaining beach resort, Belongo Bay Beach Resort, St. Thomas, U.S. Virgin Islands. No passport required.
Serve a lot more than customers. We serve communities. Marathon fueling the American spirit. The Tigers have been fueled by 13 points from DeMarcus Harrison. He scored 19 in the first round game against Gardner-Webb. That was one off his career high. Right now he's got 13. And the Tigers have a pretty even distribution of their offense tonight, but they need some offense right here, trailing by 2 halfway through the second half. Harrison high on the left, whips it over to Grantham high on the right, who slaps the basketball, works against Mickey, the first-team all-defensive player from the SEC last year. Harrison steps inside the arc, shoots a long 2, and swishes it. That was pretty. 15 for Harrison. We're tied at 47.
7 field goals on 11 attempts. Love that efficiency from DeMarcus Harrison, but more importantly, you love his aggressiveness and taking over so much of the offense.
Quarterman had the ball poked away by Ojukwu, but he recovers. Tosses left corner to Patterson. Back out to Quarterman high on the left. Patterson now working against Jordan Roper, who's in the game for the first time here in the second half. Lob it down to Mickey. Back to Patterson, who shoots a 3. Pinball's out, no good. Fight for the loose ball, won by Hornsby at the free throw line. Gets it to Odo, right of the key, who turns into trouble. So he lobs it out to Quarterman, and LSU will reset the half-court offense. 47-47, 8:51 to go in the second half. Quarterman off a high screen from Odo will step into a long 2, and he got that to go from high on the right. It was a pretty pure stroke there from Quarterman, who now has 13. 49-47, LSU to the advantage.
We caught him a little bit of an X factor early in the game, 5 for 7 for Quarterman, and he has looked like a great ball player. It's a nice compliment to the
Roper for the lead. Missed a straight-on three, and the rebound comes all the way out to the three-point line for Patterson, who races into the front court. Gets it to Quarterman, high on the left. Quarterman, I'll tell you what, only averaging 7.3 a game, but he's got 13 tonight, and he's been a difference maker for the Bayou Bengals. Quarterman steps inside the arc, works against Harrison, who's Johnny on spot defensively. High screen now from Odo. Quarterman looks and whips it left side to Hornsby, who works his way into the lane. Missed a running shot. Rebound comes down to Harrison. Under 8 minutes to play. Clemson down by 2. Harrison goes to the top of Njukwa. And thought better of a pass to the left wing because great job by LSU defensively. Here's Grantham at the top for 3, and he gives Clemson the lead back 50-49. A big three-pointer by Grantham gives him 10.
Just a nice job of surveying the floor. Goes off a simple ball screen, shoots it up and in. I love the confidence. 2 for 4 from beyond the arc for him.
Quarterman to Patterson on the left side. Tigers have played pretty good defense in this game.
Yeah, they have.
Get it down to Mickey. Mickey finds a cutting Hornsby who lays it in left of the rim. Hornsby now has 6 on 2 of 10 shooting, but give Mickey credit. The offensive stud actually gets his 3rd assist of the game as well, and LSU reclaims the lead 51-50. Right side, Harrison with the basketball working against Quarterman. Finds Noko between the circles. On the left, Grantham with the basketball. Grantham will whip it to Ojukwu, who tries a 3 from the left. That one's a little strong off the heel of the iron. Odo fumbled the rebound, but corrals it for LSU. 51-50, LSU ahead of Clemson. 6:47 running clock here in the second half. Quarterman drives the right baseline, lobs it high and left to Patterson. Left corner for Hornsby. Now Ojukwu was there defensively. Out top to Patterson, working against Roper. On the right, Quarterman with the basketball. Quarterman around a screen from Odo. Looks down low to Mickey. Back to the basket. He got Grantham in the air. Missed the layup, but he'll go to the free throw line for 2. And a timeout on the floor. That was the first foul of the game against Grantham. And the 4th against the Tigers. 6:27 to go here in the second half. A nip and tuck game continues to be a 1-point margin. LSU 51, Clemson 50. This is Solid Orange Clemson basketball from Learfield Sports. Ultra Tan location today. LSU at the free throw line, leading by 1, 51-50 over Clemson with 6:27 to go in regulation. You got 1 foul called against Dante Grantham so far today. It was on the one that put Mickey at the free throw line, where he missed the front end of those 2 shots. He's got 16 points today.
But he's been very quiet in the second half. Tigers doing a good job of making him a non-factor. He hasn't attempted all but one shot this half.
Second free throw up and good. It rattled home. You know who else has been quiet is Martin. He's been on the pine for most of the second half. He checks into the game right here, and their two dangerous bigs are on the floor together now. LSU with the lead, 52-50. Clemson with the basketball. Here's Roper off a high screen from Noko. Toss right side to Hall. Works against Quarterman. Hall lobs a pass to the top of the key, intercepted by Hornsby. Goes straight to the rim. Acrobatic shot over Grantham won't go. Quarterman with an offensive rebound. But another pass that just kind of left you wondering if he was paying attention or not when he goes to the top of the key.
Yeah, just a little bit of lackadaisical pass that time by Hall, but give credit to Grantham for getting back defensively. We've seen that be a problem throughout the early part of the season, but not on that occasion.
Transition was fantastic by Grantham there to make them earn this bucket. 52-50, LSU with the lead and the ball. Right side, Mickey squares up Noko, spins against Noko, shot blocked away by Noko, and the loose ball won by Mickey. With one on the shot clock, a foul bails him out with one on the shot clock, and he's going to go to the free throw line for two. And it goes against Grantham, that'll be his second.
Boy, that's too bad. That was a fantastic defensive possession that time for the Tigers. They did everything but pull down the rebound after the shot block that time by Noko, but Mickey sticks with it. Pulls down his 9th or 10th rebound in the game. He might be at a double-double now as he's stepped to the line for his 5th and 6th attempts of the game.
Jordan Mickey, 6'8" sophomore out of Dallas, Texas. Missed the first free throw. Jordan Mickey, 2014 All-SEC second teamer. He was on the All-League defensive team. Coach Johnny Jones saying his success was somewhat unexpected last year for him to be that good. But he's got NBA scouts really checking him out right now as he connects on the second free throw to make it 53-50 LSU with 5.5 minutes to play. Blossom game between the circles. Clemson down by 3. Hand off to Grantham. Grantham picks up his dribble and tosses right side to Roper, who works against Patterson. Whips a cross-court pass to Hall. It was errant, and it goes out of bounds.
That's a tough possession that time for Clemson. Roper really speeding himself up unnecessarily, and we're going to see Harrison come off the bench for him. It has been a really tough tournament for Jordan Roper. He didn't get a lot of minutes last time out. Played a little bit in the first game. I think he scored 7 against Gardner-Webb, but he's really found it tough going here in these last 2 ball games. Really bad matchups for him, in my opinion, and we're going to see him retreat to the bench, and hopefully Harrison can give Clemson that offensive spark that it needs to regain in the final 5 minutes.
Starting 5 on the floor for the Clemson Tigers. Hornsby will get it to the top, and Quarterman. Toss left side to Patterson. This is a good matchup right there. Patterson versus Grantham for Clemson. As Noko knocks away an interior pass, but LSU maintains possession under 5 minutes to play. LSU by 3. Driving inside, a pass to the baseline got knocked out of bounds. Last touch by LSU, it goes to the Clemson Tigers.
I thought initially Blossomgame had hit it. You're going to see Johnny Jones and staff jump up from the bench. They're wondering the same thing I was wondering, but apparently officials said Blossomgame did not hit it. Clemson will take over possession.
So Hall will bring it into the front court for Clemson, trailing by 3. Toss to the right side. Grantham with the basketball in the corner. Back out to Hall, high on the right. 20 on the shot clock. He'll dribble from the right point between the rings over to the left point. Get in the left corner for Grantham, and now a whistle away from the ball. It's going to be a foul against LSU.
Mickey's 3rd foul. He's trying to check Noko. That's a tough matchup for Mickey, who gives away a little bit of a height disadvantage to Noko inside.
And Hall will inbound it from low on the left with Clemson trailing by 3, and he gets it in the left corner for Harrison. Harrison works his way out of the corner to the top. Now Hall high on the right. 53-50 LSU ahead by 1 possession here. Grantham finds Blossomgame at the top. He drives inside, spins, puts up a floater. He can't get it to go. Tough game for Blossomgame. He's 3 for 15 now. LSU with a rebound. Quarterman goes the distance, missed the layup, but the foul. Did it come against Noko? That's the big question here. I don't think it did. I think it was Blossomgame. No,
it's going to be Harrison in his second foul. But Clemson coming up with these empty possessions we've seen so much in the late stretches of ball games. Clemson has found it tough to get offense generated, and we see that time and again here late in the stages of this second half as they are just looking for someone to make a basket.
Quarterman to the free throw line. And his first shot, pinballs out.
Fortunately for Clemson, LSU has had some struggles here, missing 3 free throws in the last 4 or 5 minutes. They're doing pretty well for the game.
Quarterman has a career high right now, 13 points.
Yeah, they're 10 for 15 for the game, 67%, but they've been a little tough go.
Make it 14 for Quarterman, and LSU's lead is at 2 possessions now, 54-50. Mickey has 18 points for LSU, but 3 fouls. Martin has 4 fouls. Only Tiger in foul trouble is Landry Noko with 3. And Hall slips and falls. They're going to call a foul against Quarterman to say that's what induced the slippage. And with 4 minutes even on the clock here in the second half, Clemson will get some free throws out of this.
Well, Clemson's been stuck on 50 for a while. On Grantham's 3, they took a 50-49 lead with 7:43 to go in the game. So we're approaching the 4 minutes here, scoreless basketball. Yet you're still in trail by 4.
Because of defense, yep.
Because of your defense has kept you in it. You've sent them to the foul line. They've missed a few, which has been good. Hopefully Hall can knock down both here, get you guys a little bit closer here, and maybe Clemson can finally heat up in the final 4 minutes.
Rod Hall has 8 points on the game. He's 1 of 1 at the line. Here's the front end of the 1-and-1, and he gets nothing but the net. So 54-51. LSU's lead is trimmed to 3 with 4 minutes here on the clock. And now we see Josh Gray, arrested Josh Gray. Brad Brownell called him maybe the fastest player Clemson will see this year. He runs the point for LSU, and he's back into the game. Second free throw coming from Rod Hall is good. Pure. He's got 10. 54-52. LSU ahead by 2. And they've got the basketball as we come down the stretch here. The Virgin Islands. Top of the key, Martin with the basketball. Bounces to Gray on the back door, and he lays it up.
Boy, we'll give credit to Jarrell Martin with a pretty backdoor feed that time. Gray cuts behind Rod Hall. Hall was in pretty good position. Noko slapped at it, but just all that quickness snuck inside him.
Hall drives inside, puts up a shot, and got it. That was a tough runner from about 5 feet, and it cuts it to 2 again. LSU wants transition in the other direction, but Clemson's defense got back. Going back to that last assist from Martin, that's his first assist of the game. At 6'10", can really pass the ball nicely. An errant pass by LSU got saved by Hornsby, gets it to Gray, and now the point guard sets things up with 16 on the shot clock. High screen. Gray drives right out of the lane, stuck under the basket, lobs it left corner for Quarterman, who drives the left baseline. And he feeds it to Mickey, who puts up a tough shot. No good. Martin offensive board won't go. Weak side rebound by Mickey, gets blocked away by Grantham. Another offensive rebound by LSU, and Clemson comes up with the basketball. Alpha block shot, but I couldn't see who.
It was DeMarcus Harrison from the backside, slapping it away that time. Excellent play by him. Tiger defense, everybody getting involved.
Clemson down by 2 with the basketball. 2:45 to play. Harrison at the top of the key. Drives inside. Holds on to possession after got swatted away. Missed the runner. Mickey with the rebound. Here comes LSU. Gray into the front court. Dribbles behind his back. Kicks right side to Hornsby. To the top. Mickey steps into a long 2. Missed it short. Grantham with the rebound. 2:25 to go, and Clemson has the basketball. Again, down by 2. Can they get a bucket here? Call across the timeline. Working against Gray. It's going to be a half-court set here from Brad Brownell. Left side to Grantham. To the top at Noko. Right side over to Hall. Working against Gray and an LSU man-to-man defense. Blossom game at the top has been cold. He's 3 for 15. Touch pass down low to Noko. Had the ball swatted away from him out of bounds. It'll stay with LSU and a timeout on the floor.
Stay with Clemson.
I'm sorry. Stay with Clemson and a timeout on the floor. 2:02 to play in the second half. 56-54. Clemson trails by 2 against LSU. ball game. Right side, Grantham catches, shoots a three. Swish! Wow. The freshman steps into a three from the right wing off a beautiful feed from Hall. Grantham has 13 and the Tigers lead by 1. Gray straight to the rim, got fouled by Hall under the basket. Doesn't like to call. It's the second foul of the game on Hall, and it'll be a 1-and-1 opportunity for Josh Gray. But I'll tell you what a big shot by the freshman Grantham to give Clemson the lead back.
Yeah, we've seen 2 of them this half. The first one he made, Clemson was trailing 49-47, gave him the lead at 50-49, and then again to give him a 1-point lead. This time, let's see if the Tigers can string some more baskets together, because it was a 4-minute stretch last time after his first three that it took the Tigers to score. So hopefully not again.
Run into the 1-and-1, good for Gray, who's a 67% free thrower. Ties the game at 57 with 1:52 left. Second free throw rolls off, no good. Blossom Game ripped that rebound away from Mickey. That was a huge play by Blossom Game. He's playing very tough today. He's got 8 rebounds to go with his 8 points. Here's Hall high on the left. We'll toss it right side to Blossom Game. On the wing, lob it down to Noko. Back to the basket against Odo. Wants to make a move. Does. Puts it up on the left hand. Can't get it to go. Tap back up and in by Blossom Game left to the rim. And Clemson has the lead back by 2, 59-57. And now LSU is going to call a timeout as they scurry into the front court. But what a play by Jerron Blossom Game. 3 for 15 up into that point. But the hustle plays, we talked about it, continue to keep you in the game. And Noko's missed bunny gets tapped back up and in left to the rim by Blossom Game.
Hey, absolutely. He is Clemson's most energetic guy, coming in, giving you those types of minutes that you need to be a warrior out there on the court. His shots aren't falling, so what? What does he do? He just goes and tips it over a guy, gets him into double figures at 10 points. 9 rebounds now for Jerron Blossom. He's severely undersized Jerron Blossom Game in this game at 6'7", 215, having to check Jordan Mickey, an All-American type player for LSU, and he's doing a very fantastic job on him when he's been on him. Mickey had a lot of his success when Blossom Game went to the bench with 2 fouls in the first half. So great minutes of late for the Tigers. Defensively, LSU just hit one of its last 6 field goals, so a trend in the positive direction that time for the Tigers. We'll see if they can keep it up as they hold to a 2-point lead here with 87 seconds to go.
LSU winning the battle of the boards by 1. 15 turnovers for Clemson, 13 for LSU. Both teams with 7 fouls against them this half. 1:20 to play. LSU trails by 2, but they've got the basketball. It's Hornsby working against a man-to-man Clemson defense. Gray high on the left with the rock against Hall. To the top of the key and Mickey. Right side, this is Hornsby. Off a high screen. Gets it to Gray with 10 to shoot. 9, 8, 7. Drives inside. Gets around a defender. Offers up to Martin. Had the shot blocked away by Noko. Rebound chased down in the left corner by Grantham, who got it ahead to Harrison. Harrison with the basketball. Looks and gets fouled. That should be intentional. They're not going to call it that way. But Harrison got held down and totally mugged left of the rim. Is he okay getting up?
Oh, yeah. He's a little bit ginger getting up. That was a hard foul. I think it was a good hard foul that time by, was it Hornsby getting back defensively? But nonetheless, a great job of the hit-ahead pass that time by 2 guys. I think it was Grantham and then Blossom Game hit it ahead to Harrison.
It was Grantham who got it to Blossom.
Don't settle it. Don't try to run clock. Just go and try to score. I like Clemson's mentality on that possession after such a great defensive effort. Rotating over Noko for the block. Stuffs him at the rim. Let's see if Harrison can add to this cushion.
Harrison, a very good free throw shooter. He's at the free throw line to try to add to the lead, 59-57, but he missed the first one off the front of the rim. Harrison tonight has 15 points. This is his first free throw attempt of the game. He's now 10 for 14 at the stripe this season. Spins the ball, shoots a second, a high-arching shot that hits the bottom. 60-57. Clemson leads LSU by 3 with under 50 seconds to play. Gray into the front court against Clemson's man-to-man defense. Rod Hall has him on the assignment. Gray, power dribble at the top. Will bounce it to Martin, who has a hard time handling the pass. And now a foul on the handoff to Quarterman coming against Clemson. They're going to get Grantham his 3rd, and a 1-and-1 coming for LSU.
Well, that's tough because Quarterman's a good free throw shooter. He came into the game 8 for 10. He's 3 for 4 today, so, shooting in the mid to upper 70% range.
Stay tuned for the Carolina Ford Dealers postgame show. We'll have Brad Brownell with his thoughts on this one. The Tigers have lost a couple of heartbreakers so far this year. They've got a 3-point lead right now with 38 seconds left. Quarterman knocks down the front end of the 1-and-1 to make it a 2-point game.
Boy, 15.7 rebounds, 3 assists for him. What a great all-around game we've seen out of Quarterman.
Career high 15 points.
And he'll try to
sophomore.
He'll try to cut it to 1 on this free throw.
Second free throw up. and good. 60-59, Clemson leads, and a timeout by LSU. Clemson has 3 timeouts remaining. LSU has teams have 8 fouls this half, so both are in the 1-and-1. And LSU extending its defense 94 feet right now. Clemson has 15 turnovers today. Grantham gets it into Noko. Noko back to Grantham, but they did foul Noko. Now, Noko's been above average for his standards at the free throw line this year. He has not attempted a free throw yet today. He's got 6 points and 9 rebounds. And these will be huge, at least this first one for sure, in the 1-and-1, 60-59 with 36 seconds left.
Really not a bad strategy. Only 1.5 seconds tick off that clock. You know, Noko, Clemson's been struggling from the free throw line. Extend this game a little bit, if you will, if you're LSU. I like the
Noko's shot is pure, beautiful by the big man. And it makes it a 2-point game, 61-59. That foul went against Quarterman, his second of the game. They've got Martin in foul trouble with 4 and 3 against their star, Mickey. Noko's second free throw. Bends the knees, shoots, and got it. How about that?
Big time.
62-59. Clemson by 3. LSU races into the front court. Gray lobs it to Martin, goes straight to the rim, and it got challenged by Noko. It goes out of bounds, and it's going to stay with LSU, but a great job defensively by Noko challenging the shot.
We've seen him challenge guys at the rim 3 possessions now in the last 2 or 3 minutes of the ball game as the officials going to give Clemson a bench warning to sit down. Everybody seems like it's all up standing at the scorer's table.
28.9 to play. Clemson ahead by 3. LSU to inbound the ball from the left corner. They get it to Hornsby, who tries a 3 off the side of the backboard. No good. Ball gets tipped out to center circle where Gray has it. He goes right side. Quarterman, pump fake on a shot, steps to his left, shoots a 3. It's an air ball. Caught by Martin, and it's going to be a goaltending as it was a beautiful block by Harrison, but I think they're going to call goaltending.
Yeah, they're going to get Harrison for a goaltend. Boy, it was close to being a clean block by Harrison.
And it was close to being a technical foul against Clemson's bench after just getting warned.
He was hollering for a shot clock violation, but shot clock's been off this entire possession.
Yep.
So a little bit more awareness that for the Tiger coaching staff.
Well, and to explain to you the confusion, too, at most places. And it was a block shot by Harrison against the glass that goes as a shot clock violation. So now Clemson has the ball 94 feet from the floor. They're going to have their starters in the game. Blossom Game, Hall, Grantham, Harrison, and Noko. It's been a tough shooting night for Blossom Game, but all the hustle plays in the world from him in order to really keep Clemson in this game. He's got 10 points, 10 rebounds, a double-double.
Well,
Harrison has 16.
Yeah, I was going to say, well, notice after that poor shot from the corner by Hornsby that hit the side of the backboard, Boston made him hustle, and I think his tip out allowed, it kept LSU from gathering the ball within about 10 feet of the basket and getting an easier attempt at it. So that was another hustle play that goes unnoticed maybe in the stats column, but a nice job of getting it. Let's see if Clemson can possess the basketball here in the clutch moments of this game.
62-61. Clemson has the lead with 18.2 seconds left. 18.2 seconds on the clock. 18.2 seconds on the clock. 18.2 seconds on the clock. 62-61. Clemson ahead of LSU. Grantham to inbound it. They got to go the length of the floor. They get it into Rod Hall. and Hall will go to the free throw line. We apologize for the technical difficulties here on the island of the Virgin Islands. But we are back with you on a secure connection, and Clemson will go to the free throw line to try to make it a 3-point game. That's the 10th foul against LSU. It is the 3rd foul against Quarterman. So Rod Hall gets 2 free throws automatically. He's 3 for 3 at the line tonight. He's got a dozen. Takes his time, shoots, and nothing but the bottom of the net. 63-61 Clemson.
13 points in the ball game for Hall. He's done a really nice job knowing when to attack. We've seen this throughout the course of his career. Just been really solid tonight, and really done a great job defensively on Gray.
Second free throw up, and good. It rolled around, but it fell through. Clemson by 3. Now, they led Gardner-Webb by 3 the other day. They opted not to foul. Doesn't appear they're fouling here either. Quarterman has the ball top of the key with 10 seconds to play. Left side, Hornsby will get it back out to Quarterman. Quarterman's got to do something with it. 4 to play. 3. Here's Mickey, top of the key. Shoots a long 3. It's strong. Ball goes out of bounds. Time expires, and Clemson defeats LSU. The Tigers take 4th place here at the Paradise Jam with a big defensive stand down the stretch. And Clemson improves to 3-2 with a critical win over an SEC opponent, 64-61. And the Tigers improve to 3-2 on the season.
Woo! How about that? I'm just letting you have that call, and I'm glad you brought it home for us there. Outstanding win for Clemson. Really a confidence-building win for the Tigers as you exit the island with a 2-1 record, feeling a little bit better about yourselves. You really closed the last 4 minutes of this game in really fine fashion. You hit your free throws, you possessed the basketball, didn't turn it over, played really, really good defense. And as a result, you see Clemson escape with a 64-61 win.
Carolina Ford Dealers postgame show is coming up next. The Tigers defeat LSU. The Clemson Tigers defeat the LSU Tigers 64-61. This is Solid Orange Clemson basketball from Learfield Sports.